my gosh, how long has it been since you and I last talked? It feels like it's been ages, right? Anyways, I know that this is out of the blue, but do you think that I could borrow some money from you?
Wait a second. Karen, is that you? I can't believe this.
I know, right? It's been so long since we last reached each other, right? You know, I was actually thinking about it the other day, and I think it's actually about 10 years since we actually did last talk. Isn't that so crazy? Like, how does that much time even pass without one sister talking to another? Life really is wild sometimes.
Hold on a second there, Karen. You can't just make it sound like we happened to fall out of touch or anything like that. You and I haven't talked at all in 10 years because one day you just disappeared without a trace. It's like one day you were here and then the next you were gone. Where in the world have you been all of this time? What have you been doing? Do you have any idea what you've put me through?
Well, you remember that when I did disappear, it wasn't while I was getting really stressed out over taking care of my kid, right? And then after that, we found out that he was sick on top of everything else. And when I learned about how much a treatment for my son would cost, that's when I decided that the whole thing just really wasn't for me at all. But then I remembered that you're a hard worker, and you've basically never had to struggle for anything in your life at all. Not only that, but I know that you saved up a bunch of money when you were single. So I just figured that it was a sign. I was getting tired of parenting. And you were the perfect candidate to take over those duties for me while I went to go and find myself. I just figured that that would be the way to make everyone happy.
You thought that you could make everyone happy by running away? Karen, do you have any idea how heartbroken your poor son Carter was? You really thought you were doing the responsible thing by leaving Carter for me to take care of while you just fled?
Hey, come on. I don't think that you're being fair to me right now. I mean, I had to think long and hard about making a decision like that. Thank you very much. But anyways, that's not really what I even came here to talk about. The reason why I'm even talking to you at all is because I really need some money right now. Please, things are starting to get really tight around here, and well, I just thought that who better to go out for help than my little sister. After all, I don't really have anyone else who would help me.
Excuse me? You mean you don't want to talk about your son at all? You just want to talk about what more you can get from me? You haven't even asked about how Carter is doing, or if he's well, or how school is going for him. This is your son that we're talking about.
Oh, right. I guess you have a point there. Is he all good? Is he still alive, isn't he?
Are you being serious right now? Please tell me that this is all some kind of prank that you're pulling.
What kind of stupid question is that? I told you that I wasn't even here to talk about my son in the first place. You're the one who keeps bringing him up. Besides, it's a fair question to ask if he's alive. The last time I saw him, he had been diagnosed with something that sounded just awful. I really didn't think that he was going to be around for this long. That's why I thought that I would just leave him with family while I went and tried to find myself, you know? It wasn't easy for me to leave everyone like I did.
I can't believe what I'm reading. You're just terrible. How could you talk about your son dying so casually?
Oh my gosh, are you going to tell me whether or not he's even still alive or not? Because if you want, I'll be more than happy to go and visit his grave for a little cash.
He is very much alive, I'll have you know. And yes, he was diagnosed with his disease around the time when you left. But he's recovered and is a healthy young man now. He grew up to be a strong boy who always got good grades in class and worked hard at everything he set himself to. In fact, he's even going to be starting medical school soon. I couldn't be more proud of him.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me that my son is going to be going to medical school? Like, to be a doctor? But that's amazing. He's come so far. I thought he was just a tiny little runt who couldn't make it to his 10th birthday, but are you really telling me that my Carter did all that? This is amazing! I'm rich! I'm finally rich!
What are you talking about, Karen? And why are you talking about Carter as if you had anything to do with raising him at all? I don't know how else to say this to you, Karen, but you really have nothing to do with the person who Carter is today.
Excuse me? And just who are you to tell me that the person that I literally gave birth from my body isn't my son anymore? Especially after he survived so much. I know that it was a good idea to reach out to you. Here, I thought I was only going to be able to get a few bucks from you, but now I find out that I'm going to have a doctor for a son instead. It's better than I could have imagined.
Seriously, what are you even happy about? Yes, Carter is going to be a doctor in the future, but that really has nothing to do with you, Karen.
You keep saying that, but I don't think that that's for you to decide. Besides, he's my son, so what I say concerning him goes. I guess it's true what they say, though. Life really does find a way, doesn't it?
I don't think that that's what that phrase means, but I don't even know why I'm bothering to talk to you at this point. But I guess maybe if you actually know the person that Carter is now, you would see that it's best for you to give up on this now.
Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Yes, I would just love to meet him. In fact, I know that you might not like this, but I think that it would be best if he came to live with me, actually. After all, as his mother, the least that I should be doing for him is giving him a place to live and something to eat, right?
Karen, literally, what are you talking about? You want Carter to move in with you when he's about to start college?
Well, it's like you say, he's only starting college and in the future he's going to be a doctor, isn't that right? And if he's going to be a doctor, then that means that he's going to make a ton of money. So of course he needs to come and live with me so that I can cash in on all of that when the time comes.
Cash in? Karen, you realize that you're talking about a living person here, right? Not only that, you're talking about your son, not some blank check.
But don't you get it? This is so much better than I could have ever asked for in my life. My son, who I abandoned, grew up, and now he's going to school to be a doctor. This is great. But now that we spend so much time apart, I think it's high time that him and I have a family reunion, and that he comes to live with his true family.
Are you kidding me right now? Of all the horrible, selfish things that you've just said in this conversation, I can't believe that you think you can just waltz your way back into your son's life after you abandoned him for 10 years. You can't be serious about this. It's just, this is absurd.
Now you listen here. You can say whatever you want about the situation. But the fact of the matter is that I am his mother, and he is my son. Do you understand me? So I think that I at least have a right to be able to meet him and talk about what he would like to do. Are you really going to tell me that you won't let him make his own decision? I happen to think that a son should be entitled to meet with his mother. In fact, I'm sure that if you told him that I'm here and ready to take him back, that he'd love that.
You really think that you can just show up in someone's life after walking out of it for 10 years and still expect to hold the same weight in their heart as when you left? You really are sick in the head if you think that would work. You literally abandoned your son because you thought he would be too expensive. And now you're only interested in reconnecting with your son because you think he's going to make you money? I'm sorry, but I am not going to let you use Carter like that.
Oh, really? And just who do you think you are to say whether or not I'm allowed to do something, huh? You're just his aunt, and I'm his real mom. So don't you try telling me what I can and can't do when it comes to my own child. Do you understand me?
How dare you try to pretend like you have any stake in this at all when you ran off so that you could find yourself, while leaving behind a child you were so sure was going to die. Honestly, the fact that you keep calling yourself a parent is just sickening. You don't deserve to call yourself that.
And just who do you think you are to be talking about parenthood, huh? Are you even married right now? Because I'll have you know that I am.
That doesn't have anything to do at all with what we're talking about right now. But since we're bringing up unrelated things, have you beaten your nasty gambling habit, or is that what you spent all your money on? After all, the whole reason you even contacted me in the first place was to call about borrowing money, right? Is that all you think family is? Just people that you can use when you're in a tight spot and then forget all about again?
I'm sorry, but I really don't think that this concerns you at all. All that matters to me is that my son is going to be a doctor and that I'm finally going to be rich. So don't you worry about yourselves, Nora. You just need to lend me some money now and remember that I'll be able to pay it all off when Carter's grown up and a doctor.
Stop pretending like you are ever going to be a part of his life again. You keep talking if this is all already decided, but you just assume that he's going to even want to have you back in his life.
Okay then, if you really think that, then why don't you go and ask him yourself, huh? Why don't you tell him that his mom is back in town and wants to see him? I am sure that he would like nothing better than to reconnect with me after all this time. After all, no matter what happens, a son is always going to need his mom. And then you'll see that I was always going to get what I wanted because that's what always happens.
Look, Karen, I am not trying to speak for Carter at all right now, okay? But I am just trying to warn you now that this is not going to go the way that you thought it was.
I don't care what you think or what you have to say to me. Just let me see my son already. How many times are you going to make me ask?
Okay, fine. If you really want to do this, I'll go and ask Carter himself and see what he has to say about this whole thing. But as for whether or not he actually does go to meet you, well, I'm just going to leave that to him.
Finally, that's all you had to say this whole time. Now hurry up and ask him.
Carter, I was just wondering if you had a moment to text with me really quick.
Oh, hey, Mom. Yeah, I can text right now. What's up? Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask about how your trip is going. Are you enjoying your vacation?
I was until, well, what I wanted to talk to you about is actually rather serious. And I really am sorry that I'm not there to talk about this in person to you, because I really do think that it's something that should be discussed face to face.
Oh, wow. Well, what in the world could it be that's got you saying things like that? Are you okay? Are you in some kind of trouble or something like that?
Oh, thank you so much for worrying about me first, you sweet boy. But now, it's not about us. It's actually about you, or rather, your mother to be more precise. You see, your mom reached out to me and asked if you'd like to meet with her.
Wait, what? My mom messaged you? Just like that? Out of the blue? I don't care where she came from. I don't want to listen to a word she has to say. Wait a second. You're not going to leave me like she did, are you? You wouldn't do that to me, would you, Mom?
No, dear, of course. I would never do anything like that. You're not going anywhere. I promise you that. I'm sorry. I really didn't mean to make you think that at all. But I had to mention this to you.
But I don't understand. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're the only mom I've ever had and the only mom I'll ever need. I don't even know any other parent besides you. I don't want anything to do with this other woman who still thinks she can call herself my mom.
I thought that you'd say this, to be honest. But still, you're almost an adult, and I thought you had a right to hear all of this. But it really is true that your mom reached out to me, and she did want to meet with you.
But I don't get it. She's been gone for 10 whole years. What does she have to do with us now? Doesn't she realize she's already done enough? She abandoned me at a time when I was really going to die. And now she just wants to try and pop back into my life for a friendly chat? I bet she just wants money from us.
Well, I won't lie to you, Carter. That is exactly why she thought to message me in the first place. The first thing she did was ask me for money. I didn't bother asking her exactly why she needed it. Or rather, she didn't give me a clear answer, but...
This is really so her? Why am I not surprised that she would try something like this? I mean, does she really think she can disappear for 10 years and then pop back in my life when she needs money?
I know, and I feel the same way about this as you do. She is my sister after all. But anyways, that's not all. You see, while we were talking, I accidentally let her know that you were going to be starting medical school.
Well, good. I'm glad that you told her that. At least now she knows that I've been just fine without her in my life.
I know, but it's just, well, when she found out what you were going to be doing with your life, she demanded that I give you back.
Wait, what? She told you that she wanted you to give me back? Doesn't she know that I'm a person? I'm not just some object you can fight over.
Exactly, and I told her that she needed to respect you as a person. But she was saying that she thought you might need your real parent and wanted you to go and live with her. And so anyways, like I said, you're practically an adult, and so I thought you should know that this is what she wants to talk to you about.
Except that I know exactly what she wants from me. She just wants to pretend to be my family and squeeze everything she can from us.
Oh, my poor sweet boy. You really don't deserve any of this. I know that it's not an answer, But sometimes even the people that we loved once can do things that we'll just never understand.
I know, but she left me because I was sick. I was only 8 years old. And after she left, I felt like I had just been some burden on her this whole time.
Well, you were never anything like that at all. You're not a burden on anyone, and you never were. I should know because I raised you ever since that fateful day. And I just want you to know that never once was there a day where I wasn't so happy that you were in my life. You're my son, and nothing is ever going to change that. Do you understand me, Carter?
Mom, thank you so much. I'm sorry that I got a bit upset there. I just can't remember the last time I got upset over my mom. It's just been so long since I've had to think about her. Just hearing that she had popped back up like this suddenly, it just made so much well up.
You have every right to be upset over this, Carter. But I still thought you had a right to know about this. I mean, I just thought that even there was a piece of you who might want to meet with my sister. Well, it's your right to do it. But since you've said all of this, does that mean that I should tell her that you don't want to meet her?
You know, I really do wish that I could tell you to tell Karen to crawl back under that rock she crawled out of, but I think I have an idea how we can use this situation to our advantage.
Hey there, Carter. I just wanted to let you know that I finally arrived at the cafe that you told me to meet you at. But isn't it past the time that we said we were going to meet? Where are you? Are you on your way? You're not trying to keep me waiting for you, are you?
I take it that you've already found a set at the cafe then.
That's right. I've been waiting for you here since the time that I said we should meet up at. You should have been here on time. I've been waiting so long to finally see my little boy all grown up. In fact, I think that this is quite unacceptable if you ask me. I'm your mother, and this is the way that you thank me for giving birth to you?
Excuse me? Just who do you think you are talking to me like that, huh?
Wait, what? I don't understand. Why are you talking to your mother like this, Carter?
And just who do you think you are calling yourself my mother, huh? I've never once thought of you as my mother, ever since you walked out on me. You're only interested in what money that you can squeeze out of your family.
Okay, you little brat. I think you need to learn a little lesson about the birds and the bees. I am your mother because I literally gave birth to you. How dare you talk to me like this? Is this the way that my sister has been raising you?
And what about you? This is the way that you decided to greet your son after all this time? I mean, did you really think that I thought of you as my mother after all this time? Did you really think that I was just going to go and meet up with you?
What? I don't understand. What's going on here? Are you telling me that I've been set up? Are you really not going to come and meet me?
That's exactly what I'm telling you, Karen. You and I are never going to see each other again.
But then, I don't get it. Why would you go through the trouble of inviting me to this lousy cafe if you weren't even going to meet me? You're horrible. This is just a cruel prank on a poor woman. I hope that you're happy with yourself, you little brat.
Oh, don't worry. These are the reasons for this. You aren't going to be meeting me today, but you are going to be meeting someone very important.
What is that supposed to mean? Who are you talking about? What's going on here? Wait a second. Are those my parents? What in the world are they doing here? What is this?
Well, you thought that you were going to be meeting your child today, but actually, your parents are going to be meeting theirs. We already know all about the debt that you're in, but we won't be letting you escape this time.
You really did trap me. How could you do this? My parents are the last people that I wanted to see today.
Oh, don't worry. The feeling is more than mutual there, Karen. But your sister, my real mom, reached out to your parents, and they were eager to meet you. After all, right before you disappeared from all our lives, you borrowed a ton of money from them that you never intended to pay back. Isn't that right? Well, that's why they wanted to see you today. They want to get payback with interest.
But this can't be happening. I don't have any money. I came here to ask for money in the first place. I can't be paying things back now. This happening to me? How could you do this?
Well, the how is quite simple, actually. All I had to do was make a couple of phone calls and everything was arranged. But it really is funny, isn't it? You thought that you were going to strike rich by pretending to care about the son that you abandoned. And instead, it's your parents who you are going to meet, and instead of giving you money, they're calling in their debts.
Please, you have to help me. You're the only person that I can turn to now, son. You need to give me some money so that I can get rid of all this debt. I promise that I'll never ever ask you for money again if you just do this for me. You have to believe me.
This is really just too much. You're the one who spent all your money and borrowed what you didn't have. Well, it's not my job to clean up the messes that you make for yourself. I was just making sure that this time you weren't able to run away and leave the rest here to clean up your mess.
I don't understand how you can be doing this to your own mother right now. How are you choosing your aunt over me? You know that she's not your real mother and I am, don't you?
I was wondering when you were going to say something like this. In fact, I was really hoping that you would, just so that I can set the record straight. You are not my mother. You were barely even there for me when you were around. But my real mom explained to me how you were always out of the house and at the casino, which is how you lost so much money in the first place. But on top of all that, the reason you left is because you found out I was sick, and instead of seeking treatment for me, you left it to someone else's problem. I was only 8 years old, and you literally left me to die. If Nora didn't step in and raise me as her own son, then I might have died too. But it was only thanks to the love that I got from my real parents that I was able to overcome my condition and become the person that I am now. You are no mother of mine, and you don't deserve to call yourself a parent.
But I am your mother. I had you. I was pregnant with you and raised you for 8 years. Do you really think so little of all that work that I put in?
What work? Sure, you gave birth to me, but being a parent is much more than that. I would have hoped that after 8 years you would have figured that out already, but I guess not. But just remember that you've been the one making all the decisions this whole time. And every bad thing that has ever happened to you since then is all your own doing.
Look, we can talk about who is to blame and how you should help me later, but right now I need you to talk to my parents. Please, you have to tell them that you've forgiven me. Maybe it will change their minds about trying to make me pay back all of that money. You have to help me out. I'll take anything at this point.
You still don't get it, do you? You're getting nothing. You never were going to get anything at all. You should just be grateful that we're not doing more to you. Just pay Grandma and Grandpa what you owe them, and then you can get out of our lives. We were all doing fine when you were gone, so why don't you just leave and never bother us again? Mom, are you there? I just really wanted to thank you so much for yesterday. I really appreciate you letting me handle my mom. After all of that, I really do have to say that I feel so much better about all of this. I feel like I can finally put my mom behind and move on with my life.
Oh, sweetie, I am so happy to hear that. But it's okay if you want to talk about this with me. It's good to talk about your feelings, you know.
Of course I know that, Mom. And I think I would like to talk to you about all of this one day. But right now, for now, it's enough for me to know that I only have one mom in this world, and that's more than enough for me. I mean, you really are my hero. Did you know that? I mean, you took me in when I was 8 and raised me like I was your own flesh and blood for 10 years. I mean, I know that you're technically my aunt and we're related, but still, nobody was demanding that you do that for me.
Carter, I don't know what to say. I really am touched that you would send something like that to me.
But it's how I really feel. All the work and effort that I've put into overcoming my illness at school, in my clubs, all has been to make you proud. I wanted to show you that I was making the most of my life that you've given me.
Oh, my sweet little boy. How did I raise such a kind-hearted young man? I can't believe how much you've grown. I really am so proud of you, son. Thank you so much for all the joy that you've brought into my life. And know that nothing is ever going to take you away from me. In the cafe, Karen's parents cornered her at the table she was sitting at and said that they were going to be taking her back to their place to make her work until she had paid back all her debt. They even hired some scary-looking goons to make sure she couldn't escape. Once at home, they made Karen sign a contract agreeing to give up one of her kidneys if she tried to escape before her debt was paid off. Then, her parents told her that they arranged for her to work on a friend's farm and sent her out into the fields to perform back-breaking labor. I learned all of this when I went to go and visit Carter's grandparents at their house to hear about what happened. Thankfully, I can say that after all of this, I feel like we've all grown closer as a family.
Amy, it seems like you haven't gotten to the laundry at all today, nor to cleaning the floors. And let's not forget about those dirty dishes that are still in the sink. Amy, what the hell are you doing in your room? Hi, Garnet. I'm sorry, but all day today I've been feeling really under the weather. I'll get to all of those things in the morning, so you don't have to touch anything. You want me to leave all of this be? So even though you are the housewife here, you're going to ask me to leave all of this for you to do tomorrow? I'm sorry, but like I was saying, I'm not feeling too well today. You get to live and eat off the money that Axel brings into this household, so I'm surprised you're still acting like that right now. Do you feel that since he's out of the house for a while now on his trip to Taiwan, you can just slack off and do as you please? Well, today I've had a fever of around 99, so it's not like I'm choosing to stay in my room. So today, I just wasn't able to really get to anything. Huh? Amy, are you actually listening to anything I'm saying to you right now? I am asking you if you are taking advantage of my son and his money right now. Answer my question. I'm sure right now I am taking advantage of that. Sorry. If you have the guts to apologize to me for that, then you have the energy to come down here and get these chores done right now. Because of all these plates stacked up in the sink, I'm no longer able to use it for anything else. Also, I've noticed some of the decorations and design of the living room have changed. Why would you do that? I did change it up there a little. I just wanted there to be a change of atmosphere in there. Excuse me? You did all of that without asking me first? Whoever told you you were allowed to change things up in here? This house is being paid for with the money Axel is bringing in. And that means he and I get to decide what is and what isn't done here. But when I video called Axel, I showed him the living room and he told me he really likes it that way. He is too kind, and that's why he'd say such a thing. Ugh. Why did my little man marry such a thick-skulled woman such as yourself and act all happy about it? I'm sorry, but today I am in need of some rest. So let's pick back up on all of this tomorrow when I'm hopefully feeling better. Right now my head is starting to hurt. Go right ahead then. However, I can't say I'll care about what happens next. What? About what happens next? What are you talking about, Garnet? If you think you can just keep slacking off from doing the chores, then I'll have something to say about it. From what I've seen and heard from you, it seems the only way you'll be able to understand anything is with some physical training. Hold on a minute. I told you that tomorrow I will handle all of those things. No, there's no point in trying to use your excuses on me. You went and slacked off today from doing your chores, even though you are the housewife, so I'm going to make you pay for such a crime. Please sleep well tonight for me. I'll take care of the chores you've left for me. Are you kidding me? What? Hey, what was that sound just then? I just heard glass or something breaking outside my door. Oh my, whoopsie daisy. I accidentally just smashed your favorite flower vase out here. Sorry about that. My hands aren't all that strong anymore. I never meant to do that on purpose or anything, I hope you know. I'm sorry, but there is glass all over the floor now, so you'll have to clean that up for me tomorrow. Jesus. Amy, how are you feeling today? I'm sure that fever of yours is gone now. It is, and I'm feeling fine now. I do feel a little bit cold still, but compared to yesterday, I'm a whole lot better. Garnet, thank you so much for doing all the chores for me last night in my place. Don't worry about it. I think that I said too much to you last night. What? I'm so sorry that I said something about having to teach you physically and all that. I'm sure I scared you a little bit with that one, right? Of course, I'll never do anything violent towards you, so please relax and forget I ever said anything. Now, would you be able to go out for me and get some things from the store? Sure. I can do that for you. Well, that's good. And once you're back from the store, can you go out to the shed and grab me some more flour? My wrists and hands are much too weak to lift such a heavy bag, so I'd like for you to bring me some, please. Understood. You can leave all that to me. Now I'm going to start heading to the store. Sounds good. I hope you can get everything I need. Also, today is going to be very hot, so make sure to drink lots of water and get some electrolytes, all right? Will do. Thank you for letting me know. Hey, Garnet, what are you doing right now? I'm still in here. Can you please open the door for me right now? I told you, didn't I? You needed to be taught a lesson, physically, in order to understand me. What? But you told me this morning that you went too far by saying something like that. I was well within my boundaries when saying that, and could have gone a whole lot further had I wanted to. And as I had said to you last night, I am teaching you a lesson. You went and slacked off from getting all the chores done, so now you're going to have to pay for that. But today is one of the hottest days of the year. Right now it's already close to 99 degrees in this shed and rising. I'm burning up. Please, Garnet, could you come and open this door? What are you talking about? I locked you in that shed because it's the hottest day of the year. It's a great form of punishment. A useless wife like you, who thinks that she can take advantage of my son and I, will learn her lesson in that shed. Oh, that's right. I left you a plastic bottle with water in it in there for you, so please drink up. It's going to be boiling hot for the next couple of days, so you need to make sure you stay hydrated. That water is already gone. It was only half full, and I just had to drink the rest of it. My head is starting to hurt again like yesterday, and I'm a little dizzy now. Oh, you already drank that water? Well then, things should start to take place really soon here. I'm going to head off on a little vacance I had planned now, so I'll see you in 4 days, Amy. And please, when I get back, tell me that you've learned your lesson. What? You're going on a trip now? The reason you are being left in that shed is because you thought you could get away with slacking off as a housewife, so that's your punishment. I have a trip to go on now in order to calm my nerves after dealing with you. Please take this time to think about all the wrongs you've done. It's getting super hot in here. Help me. Stop being so overdramatic about it.
Hey, Mom. It's been all day, and I haven't gotten anything from Amy about how things are going. Do you know what's going on with her?
What? She hasn't said anything to you all day?
Well, we had planned on doing a video call today around 4 p.m. and having a few drinks, but we actually do that every Friday at 4 p.m., but today she hasn't said anything to me. I even tried calling her this time, and she didn't answer me.
Oh, I think I know. She must have went to bed early today or something. For some reason, she has recently been slacking off from all the chores in the house and sleeping all day long.
What? No way. She would never do anything like that. Her own conscience wouldn't even allow her to slack off from her task. She won't even let me tell her to take the day off because she feels obligated to do everything at home. So what's this about her slacking off recently? She would never.
Is that right? Then have a look at this video I've taken. Do you understand what I'm talking about now? Recently, it's only been me doing all the chores around this house. This video was from last night when I got home. Things are always like this around the house, with her just sitting in her room all day long. I made sure to record it due to how bad things have become.
I can see that things have been left dirty in the sink and that the laundry is still in the hamper. What was going on with Amy at this time?
Well, she was most likely in that room sleeping all day long. I even gave the door a few knocks and she told me to shut up and leave her alone.
Are you serious? Amy was saying things like that to you? She could never.
And she knows about how bad my hands and wrists are, and yet she makes me take care of all the chores all the time while sitting in that room all day long. It's been so terrible for me here. But she's been trying to hide all of this from you so that you'll continue to spoil her with your kindness. I'm sorry that you had to find this all out now.
Mom, I just had another watch of the video you sent me, and there's a bottle of sleeping pills on the counter.
What?
Wait, isn't that those prescriptions I was using a long time ago? Before I left to Taiwan, I made sure to throw those in the trash can since I don't use them anymore.
Hold on. I thought the bottle was really nice and small, so I've been using it to put small things into. Doesn't that sound like something it would be good for? Doesn't it look nice on the counter?
Does it look nice? Are you kidding me, Mom? Mom, what the hell is going on right now? What have you been using those pills for?
Wait, Axel? I'm not joking about using it as a little bottle to hold small things for me. Like, I'll take things such as my hairbands and hairpins and put them in there so they don't get lost.
Jesus. Why would you use a pill bottle for something like that? There are plenty of things in the house that would look a lot better than a pill bottle for holding small things. For some reason, I can tell things aren't going very well between you and Amy. So how about we all have a little chat regarding things between you two, and I'll call over the phone during that time.
Sounds good, Axel. Thank you for thinking about doing that.
No problem. Now, if Amy wakes up at all today, just tell her to go back to bed and get whatever rest she needs. I'm sure there's something going on with her, and she needs to sleep. So let her.
Understood. Oh, you're so kind, Axel. But if she is going to sleep all day today, that means I'll have to do all the chores around the house again for her, right?
I will talk with Amy about all of that. I'm sorry that you'll have to pick up the slack again, with both of your hands being so bad. If things are too difficult for you, leave them be and go to bed. It's not like a single day of not doing any chores is going to kill anyone, right?
That's true. Thank you. Hey, Amy, how are things going? I completely forgot about you being in that shed. I'm sure you were able to find a way out of there yourself, right? Hey, why aren't you replying to me? Amy! Stop playing this joke on me already. I get that you want to mess with me, but you need to stop that now. If you keep that kind of joke up, I'm not going to let you out of there. How about I open that door for you right now and let you get some fresh air? Axel, listen. What am I going to do? What should I be doing right now?
What's going on? What happened, Mom?
It's about Amy. Right now, she's in a really bad state.
Hold on a second. Can you calm down for me and explain what happened? What happened to Amy that has you so worked up right now?
I made a mistake and I accidentally closed the door on the shed while Amy was still in there and went out for the day.
Huh?
Oh, like I said, it was an accident. I didn't know she was in there and closed the door so that no animals would find their way in there. And just now I went out to grab something from in there, and as I opened the door, a really foul smell came out from the inside.
You're lying, right?
I am telling you this was all an accident. I never knew that she was in there, and she never told me to let her out after closing the door on her. She was having me do all the chores in the house for her, and since I was so tired from having to work all the time, I
don't care about how you were feeling after doing some chores. How is Amy? What's happened to her? Did you call 911 yet?
I'm not sure how she's doing. I'm not sure.
Huh? Go in that shed and see how she's doing right now. And then call the goddamn police or something. Go right now.
But, the smell. It's like that of a decomposing animal now.
Shut the hell up and look at what she's doing. Open the damn door right now and see how my wife is doing, you asshole.
All right already. Hey, Amy wasn't even in there. That terrible smell coming out of there was just some really old fruits and vegetables. I went over to the neighbors and asked them if they'd seen where she went, and one of them said she was taken away in an ambulance.
What? I see. Thank goodness she was able to get help. But how did she do that? You told me you closed the door to the shed, and as far as I'm aware, there's no way to open it from the inside.
From what it looks like, she used a really heavy object to smack the wall. Then Richard, one of our neighbors, called the police thinking we were being broken into.
That's good to hear. Thank God she was found before it was too late. So this means right now, Amy is in the hospital being cared for, right?
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
I'm coming back home right now. I'm too worried about Amy's condition right now to stay here any longer. I need to be with her while she's recovering from whatever she's been going through right now.
What? No, you don't have to. Everything will be fine here. I'll be able to watch over her for you. You just stay in Taiwan and focus on whatever work you still need to get done. There's no need for you to worry about any of this anymore.
What are you saying, Mom? How the hell am I supposed to just ignore the fact that my wife is in the hospital right now? You know for a fact that I need to be there. I know I said I'd be in Taiwan, but I'm actually in Hawaii right now for a quick meeting, so I can be home in a few hours as long as I get on the next plane.
Is that so? Okay then.
Hey, Mom, where are you right now?
What? I'm at the house right now.
Why have you still not come to see Amy at the hospital? It's because of you that Amy is in such rough shape right now, right?
What? Axel? What is with your attitude right now? I told you that I did not lock her in the shed on purpose. It was a simple accident. I didn't know that she was still in there when I closed the door, and after that, I was away from the house for a little bit.
Well, Amy has told me that you locked her in the shed on purpose.
What? No, well, I'm sure from her point of view it may have seemed like I locked her in there on purpose, but I'm being completely honest when I say I had no clue she was in that shed. I mean, why would I ever lock anyone in a shed like that during some of the hottest days of the year?
Mom, can you go into the shed and get Amy's phone for her?
What?
From what she told me, she wasn't awake when the police came and found her. And when the paramedics took her out of here, she was so dehydrated that she didn't even think about her phone. Of course, that all makes sense to me, considering the fact that she was locked in there for so long. Mom, you're at the house right now, correct? Go and grab Amy's phone from inside the shed right now.
Her phone? All right, I'll go and take a look. I'll get back to you about it here in a second. I'm sorry, Axel, I wasn't able to find it anywhere. Perhaps while they were carrying her to the ambulance, she had it on her, but it fell out of her pocket and got lost.
I see. Did you really make sure to take a good look for it in there?
Well, of course. I made sure to check every single corner of that shed and came up with nothing. I'm sorry, but it's not in there. Also, if I keep trying to look around in there, I'm going to become tired myself and might pass out.
Wow, Mom. You have no right making a joke like that after what's happened to my wife. Are you trying to test my nerves or something?
I'm sorry about that. I just thought it would help to lighten up the atmosphere a little bit.
You were the one that caused all this, Mom. And that means you don't get to say crap about the atmosphere right now. Stop being such an idiot, please.
I caused all of this. Why do you keep talking about me in such a crude way? I told you that I never closed her in the shed on purpose, Axel. I've been saying that this whole time.
Then tell me, why is Amy's phone all smashed up?
What?
I'm not stupid, Mom. You might think I am. But I wouldn't be working the kind of job I have if I was as stupid as you think. Her phone that you found in the shed, you just brought it inside and smashed it up on the living room floor. Now why, Mom, would you need to do something as ridiculous as that to her phone?
No, wait, hold on a second. What's going on here?
I just asked you a simple question. Why did you break her phone?
No, I would never do something like that. Axel, what are you going on about right now? You're not even home with me right now, so how would you know anything about her phone? Has Amy been trying to get you to believe some crazy things?
Amy went ahead and set up a small camera in that living room, which can be viewed from anywhere on anyone's device.
What?
She told me that in order to prove to me that her mother-in-law has been bullying and verbally abusing her, she needed to get some video recordings. And for the past 30 minutes, her and I have been watching the living room live from that camera on my phone.
I see. Oh, so that's why she went and rearranged this living room without asking me.
So let me ask you this again. Why have you gone and smashed my wife's phone? And let me also ask you this. Why did you lie about not being able to find it in the shed?
No, that was,
Let me answer these questions for you then, since you seem so preoccupied with losing your mind. You went and lied to me about the phone and broke it because you know damn well that on her phone is evidence of you locking her in the shed on purpose, right? Am I wrong, Mom?
But, her phone is completely destroyed now, so you can't use it anymore to see anything. Well, even if there was evidence in her phone that I'd gone and locked her in on purpose, you wouldn't be able to see it anymore, so you can't use it as evidence.
Interesting and unfortunate. Seeing one's own mom change tone like that in an instant really does break one's heart.
What's so unfortunate? The only thing that's unfortunate about this whole situation is the fact that my own son doesn't believe what I'm saying.
Shut it, Mom. I know you have no idea about this day and age and the technology that's come along with it. But just because you smashed her phone up doesn't mean we can't access those texts. It's all still saved on a server managed by Pear.
What?
I just logged into her account on my laptop. And guess what? Right there in front of my eyes is the conversation you had with Amy a few days ago. So it seems you locked Amy in that shed and planned to leave her in there for 4 whole days while you went on a small little vacation.
No way. You're lying, right?
The fact that you've taken things this far, I don't think I can work with you anymore. I'm far past being upset or bewildered or saddened. Right now, I'm at the point where I'm going to completely cut you out of my life and deal with any emotions that come up later on my own.
No, wait, you have it all wrong.
I have already looked through everything you guys said to one another that day. However, there's one last thing I must ask. If Amy had brought her phone with her in that shed and then used it to ask for help, why nobody came? From what I can see here, she did try to get you to come out and help her, but she was only texting you for 10 minutes. I can understand her passing out due to the heat and not having any fluids, but not within 10 minutes. The last thing that she remembers before passing out is that she drank a bottle filled with a little water, and after that, things started to get fuzzy and she blanked. Something about that water she drank doesn't seem right to me, Mom.
What are you trying to say, Axel?
Mom, you took my old prescription and put it all in that water bottle before setting it in the shed with the intent of having her drink it, right?
What?
You must have known that she would try to get help from someone else while stuck in there, so you wanted her knocked out so that you can run off. Well, luckily your plan worked out for you there, and she knocked out for a whole day, and by the time she woke up, her battery had died. But you had no clue about what was going on with her by then, because you totally forgot about her while on your trip.
I'm sorry, I really am sorry, Axel.
Thank goodness Mr. Richard was able to hear her banging around in the shed with the last of her strength and knew something was up. Had he not noticed, she would have died in that shed due to dehydration. I hope you realize no apology is going to fix the situation you are in now, Mom.
I didn't mean to harm her any. I was just trying to teach her a lesson.
Shut the hell up. I'm done listening to you, Mom. Because of this, consider your relationship to my wife and I over with. Bye.
What? Wait a second, Axel! Hey, Axel! Hey! Amy, I am so very sorry. I'm sure you don't care for my apologies, but you have to understand that I never expected something like this to happen. I'm still recovering from everything you did to me, so please refrain from contacting me. I don't have a phone right now to type with, so I'm having to use Axel's laptop, and typing in my current condition on here is tough. It's tiring, really. Of course. I wanted to tell you that I'm sorry is all. I'm telling you none of this was meant to be on purpose. I was planning to let you out of the shed later that evening, all right? Later that evening? Leaving me in the shed from 1 PM all the way until that evening is far too long by itself. And dangerous. Well, I managed to survive for close to 2 days in that shed. I am so sorry. I had a lot of pent-up stress at the time, too. My hands and wrists are both really bad, and I shouldn't be doing too many strenuous things with them, or else it stresses me out. Garnet, shut the frick up. All of your lies are starting to fall apart, and now it's all too easy for us to decipher them. What? Remember the camera in the living room Axel told you about? I got footage of you on it going into the living room and picking up my favorite vase off the shelf. And from the way you were able to pick it up and throw it on the ground so easily, it didn't seem like your wrists or hands were bothering you any. I guess you needed another lie in order to force me to do everything around the house, huh? No matter what I do, all of my lies are being seen right through. Correct. I am planning on suing you for what you've done to me. But with all these lies you keep telling, I might just have to call the police and have them take you away right now. What? You want to sue me? Yes. And be aware that the police are going to know about what's been going on. When they came and broke me out of that shed during some of the hottest days of the year, they knew someone had to be to blame and would need to be taken to court over it. Please, I'm asking you to find some way in your heart to forgive me for what's happened. Forgive you? That would be me spoiling you now, wouldn't it? During that time, my one and only son was out of the country for work, and that left me feeling so lonely. Oh, is that right? I don't care. Well, since you want to keep making up such puny excuses and lies about everything, perhaps the cold walls of a dark jail cell will be more gullible.
Amy, I am so sorry for everything you've had to go through with her. I should have known right away that my mom would be treating you like that while I was away.
Don't worry about it, Axel. I should have told you, but I wanted to try and stay low for a bit.
No, you didn't. You just didn't want to cause any trouble for me while I was gone, and so you chose to bear whatever she threw at you. The fact that you always care about me like that, I should have been there for you. I'm sure those 2 days, locked up in the shed on the hottest day of the year, were terrible. A literal living hell. I should have been there to protect you.
Stop. I wasn't in any pain because of your mom and what she did to me. I was in pain because I didn't get to talk with you that night over the phone while having a drink. Because I was locked inside that shed, our continued streak of drinking and talking every Friday night was ended.
Amy.
I really don't need you to protect me, Axel. Honestly, I wanted to take care of your mom with my own 2 hands while you were away. But your mom was one step ahead of me and locking me in that shed, so it kind of sucked not being the one to expose her BS.
I'm sorry. You really are such a fearless woman, Amy. Completely different compared to that spoiled old hag. If anything, you've been the one protecting me all along.
How about we keep that name for her? I'm tired of calling her your mom or Garnet. Spoiled old hag fits her much better. And it's not like she's a part of our family anymore anyway. After that, the police arrived at the house and arrested Garnet for attempted murder. She tried to lie to the officers about what had happened and even faked being a paraplegic for a bit by not getting up and out of her chair. However, this was nothing new to the police, and they had a warrant and everything for her arrest. So they came in through the back door and put her into handcuffs. She was first taken to the county jail for questioning and would be held there until her court case. During all of this, I was still in the hospital recovering, and it would be a few more days until I could finally get up and move around again. Due to the extreme heat, I had actually suffered a heat stroke. But only after I made all that noise and everything trying to get someone's attention. And luckily enough, my neighbor called the police, who came and got me to the hospital fast enough for the doctors to get to work on helping me come out of my coma. Luckily, I won't have any lasting issues, although it will be a few months yet before my fingers that I broke banging that wheelbarrow against the wall heal up. When the time did come for Garnet to go to court, she came into the courtroom looking like she had died on the inside. And after a short little hearing, she was found guilty of attempted murder, as well as tampering with evidence and drugging me, which would lead to her being placed in jail for 3 years. She would also owe me a settlement of around $250,000 to help me pay for my medical bills and for what she had done to me. She would end up paying that off by having all of her things taken away and sold, as well as through loans that she was forced to take out. But that wasn't the end for her just yet, as this story went into the news and everyone in the city, everyone in the state, heard about what she did. She lost all of her family and all of her friends because of it, and whenever she gets time to make a call at the prison, she doesn't even bother trying to call anyone. It's been 3 years now, and she's finally been released from prison, and will now have to work towards paying off all the debt she's in. But she is going to find that very hard, as everyone still remembers her face and will not be looking to hire her. However, things wouldn't get any better for her, as everyone knew about her all over the US, and she would continue to be treated as an outcast for what she'd done. I'm sure she still has a few more years in her before age really begins to take a toll on her. So for those next few years, she'd better stay on the run, experiencing this hell she's landed herself in. As for myself and Axel, we ended up leaving that town after what happened and selling the house so that we could have money for a new place. Axel actually went ahead and got us an apartment for a little while he had a new place built for us, which we're living in now. It's a lot smaller and fits the two of us in it comfortably without feeling as though we're cramped inside. Axel did this for me because he didn't want me to have to work as hard at home anymore doing so many chores in a large house. And I have to say, I'm really happy he put so much thought into me. Right now, Axel is still having to leave for business a lot, but we have been on track enjoying our video calls every Friday, while drinking a cocktail or some wine. We've held this streak for around 2 years now and have no plans of breaking it for at least another few years.
Hey, you are still there right now, aren't you? I'm starting to get pretty tired of having you around, if I can be perfectly honest. So what do you say? Would you mind just getting lost and never coming back for a while?
What kind of horrible way is that to speak to your mother? You really have got some nerve, do you know that, Rita? And this is my house, so I will stay here for as long as I like, thank you very much. How dare you even tell me to get lost? Who do you think you are?
Ha! You're saying that this is your house, as if it's some huge fancy deal, do you know that? But I think that you're forgetting something very important. This house doesn't belong to you. It's only Dad who lets you live here. And you know, you really should be so much more grateful to him for all that he does for us, but especially you. But instead, you just lounge around doing nothing all day. Honestly, I would be embarrassed to live that way that you do. Don't you realize how cringy you're being? I really do think that you should just disappear and never, ever come back.
Look, Rita, I understand that both you and your father do not like me very much. But I think that you two aren't taking into account all the work that I do to take care of this family. I really put in so much effort to be there for you guys. So I just wish that I could get a little more recognition around here for what it is that I do for all of us. In fact, to be perfectly honest with you, I have no idea where all of this hate even came from. I mean, I have no idea why you seem to have it out for me so badly.
You really don't get why I hate you? Then again, maybe someone like you just couldn't understand something like that. But when I grow up, I'm not going to be some useless housewife like you. I'm going to be a woman with my own career and who can take care of herself. But living under the same roof as you is just really not good for my motivation at all. I mean, how am I supposed to want to strive for my dream when the only other woman in the house is you?
You really don't have to say things like that, you know. Besides, I hope you know that I'm not just a housewife. I have a job that earns me money that I use to contribute to this family, and I don't think you're being fair by overlooking that.
You really want to call what you do work? You only do the work that a grandma could do. But either way, I don't want to end up like you at all. And what's more, I don't even think of you as my mother. You're nothing to me. You're just a burden on everyone here.
I don't know what happened to you, Rita. You used to be such a sweet and cute little girl. But as you got older, I just don't know what changed for you. And I certainly don't know where you learned to talk to me in the way that you do. But if I had to take a guess, it probably all comes from your father. And I can't blame you wanting to get close to him, even if it meant ganging up on me. At this point, I really don't know what can even be done about the situation at all. But still, it makes me sad to think about as your mother. I just want you to know that you're still my precious daughter, despite all of this.
Excuse me? Are you illiterate or something? Did you not read the messages that I was just sending you? I didn't want to have to read any of that. I just want you out of the house.
Well, I'm sorry, Rita, but I have no intention of going anywhere anytime soon. Do you understand me? In fact, I would be worried about school and your own life than being concerned about trying to get rid of your own mother. After all, graduation's coming up pretty soon, isn't it? Have you thought about what you're going to do next?
Of course I already know what I'm going to do next. Once I graduate high school, I am going to go to college. I've already made up my mind about where I want to go and everything, so it's just a matter of waiting now. Like I said, I'm not going to be like you and be satisfied just being able to stay at home like you do. I'm not going to become a burden on my future family. But I think the person that I feel the most sorry for out of us all is Dad. I just have no idea what he was thinking about marrying someone like you in the first place. I mean, you're basically completely useless, and all you do is exist to eat food and take up space. Why in the world did he ever want to be with you?
Okay, I have had just about enough of this, Rita. You need to stop sending these kinds of messages right now. After all, you should know that the whole reason you're able to live in this house and the whole reason you'll be able to attend college is thanks to me. I haven't said anything about this to you before, but your dad has been telling you nothing but lies. I think that we might have to have a family meeting soon.
The only person lying around here is you, Mom. Do you really think that you're going to set me against Dad that easily? We're not as stupid as you think we are. And we both know the truth. We both know that you're nothing but a little parasite who does the bare minimum around the house and then act like we should be kissing the ground that you walk on. So if you're really not going to leave the house and never ever come back, then the least you could do is learn how to take care of the house.
You really just have no intention at all of showing me any respect, do you?
After all that, Dad has told me about the real kind of person that you are. I don't see why I should have to respect you one bit. I just wish that you would leave already so that Dad could finally get the break that he so deserves. But once I find a good job, then Dad and I are really going to kick you out, and he'll be so proud of me.
You two really have no idea what is going on around here if you think that is how any of this is going to work. But now that you've said all of this, I really do think that we should have a family meeting before you graduate. I'll talk to your dad about setting one up and let you know the details soon. Alex, are you there? I think it's high time that we talk about what is going to happen to us. I mean, Rita is about to graduate from high school, so I think that it would be a good idea for all of us to sit down as a family and talk about where we all go from here and what the plan is.
What are you talking about? Why in the world would I want to waste my time having a conversation like that? What are you, some kind of idiot?
Excuse me? Did you really have to say that to me? And just what makes you think that any of that is idiotic?
If you can't figure it out, you're only proving my point, you know? But what I'm trying to say is, why should we waste our time talking to an old hag like you? I really can't believe that you think, after almost 18 years of marriage, that you can still think you can control me like this. I gave you all those years of my life, just like I promised.
When we got married, it was because we both wanted it, Alex. And I hope that you can appreciate how different the circumstances are from now compared to then. In fact, given all that has changed since we got married, I would have thought that you'd smarten up and show a little more gratitude towards me. But even if you don't want to do that, we still need to think about what we're going to do after Rita graduates.
What are you talking about? What more is there to talk about? Rita is going to college, and that's it, right? There, I just saved us a couple hours of some boring family meeting.
I really think that there is more to talk about than just that, Alex. But Rita tells me that you don't even want to face me.
That's right. But if I'm not there, then Rita probably won't believe a single word that you even have to say to her. In fact, I think out of the two of us, I'm the only one that she actually recognizes as a parent. I know that she doesn't really think of you as a mother at all.
Ugh, It's like no matter who I talk to, I end up talking to the same person. I really just don't know why I even bother to try with you two. But if you both are going to act like this towards me, then I have my own idea of what should happen.
Just what is this brilliant idea of yours, huh? Because something tells me that you already know there is nothing that you can do at all to make either of us do something that we don't want to do.
I mean, you two both seem to think that, yes, for the past 17 years, you have both treated me as if there is nothing I could ever do to stand up for myself. But do you have any idea of how that's been for me? To spend that many years of my life being treated so awfully by my own family? I only let you both get away with doing that out of a kind of love one can only have for their family. But now I've had enough out of the two of you. You need to start showing me a little more respect around here, or else you both are going to regret it. Do you understand me?
I really can't with you. You actually think that you're going to make us regret doing anything? That's too funny. I mean, what can you even do to us? You're nothing but a middle-aged nobody. You can't make us regret anything, even if you tried. But don't worry, Rita and I both know that you're just scared of being abandoned by us. So you can complain all you want about the way we treat you. Because even after Rita does go to college, you'll still be here.
You really have no idea what's going on here at all, do you, Alex? Honestly, I wish you would just take a couple of minutes to think about this rationally. I am going to give you one last chance. Can we please just talk about our futures and what we want to do with our lives now that Rita is about to graduate?
You really must think you're special if you think you can talk to me like that. I don't care how many chances you've given me. I've already given you my answer. When are you gonna learn that you're nobody in this house? Nobody listens to you, and we're certainly not going to do what you say just because you're getting a bit super about it. In fact, you know what? You keep saying that you have your own ideas. But I have a few ideas myself, so what do you think about that?
And just what are some of these ideas of yours, Alex? Because somehow, I don't think that they're going to be good ones. In fact, I recommend that you think long and hard about what you're going to say next, because I will make you regret being more rude to me. Hey, are you going to respond to me? Are you even reading these texts?
That weird lady was bugging me again. Ugh. I wish that she would just leave me alone already. What is the matter with her?
Rita, what's the matter? What's got you upset? What are you talking about? What did she say to you?
She was acting as if it was all thanks to her that we were living in this house. She told me that you were lying to me about all that you told me about her. But I know that she's the liar. There's no way that my own dad would lie to me about the kind of person my mom is. I know that my mom is the bad guy here.
Did she really say all that about me? I am so sorry that you had to go through that. We really need to think about what we can do about her.
I know. It really just isn't fair for her to act that way at all. Especially when you worked so hard for us all the time. All that horrible woman does is use us. I mean, even I put in money that I earned from my part-time job towards certain expenses for the house. But Mom doesn't do anything at all. She's just a heavyweight chained around our necks.
I really don't think that you should be getting that mad about her though, Rita. I also just want you to know what a huge help you've been to me. I mean, unlike your mother, you've actually been helping me keep things running around here. I just know that you're going to make an amazing adult when you grow up and enter the real world.
Aw, thank you so much for saying that, Dad. I just know that you're the only person who understands and the only person who I can talk to about this. And I also know that, as long as I live, I'll never ever be able to forgive that woman for what she's done to us. I am seriously starting to reach the limits of my patience with her.
I know what you mean. I just hate the influence that she had on you and I, with just her presence in this house. So I think it's high time that we try to do something about this mutual problem of ours.
You know, Dad, I actually have a couple of ideas about how we could deal with her.
Alex, are you home right now? I'm outside the front door, but my key doesn't seem like it's unlocking the door. Wait a second, what's going on here? Is the lock broken or something? Why can't I get in the house? If something happened or you changed something, then you should have told me earlier. You are at home right now, right?
I don't see why you're trying to get inside the house, Valerie. As far as I'm concerned, you don't have any business coming back here at all.
Excuse me? And just what is that supposed to mean? What did you do? Can't you just let me in?
No, I can't let you in. In fact, Rita and I have decided that we don't need you in our lives anymore. So the closest thing you're going to get to talk to us is through these texts. I really did hope that we would be able to work this out though. But it just became clear to me that no matter what I said to you, you just weren't going to learn or change. That's when I realized that we just weren't meant to be together at all. But I hope that this experience can at least lead you to reflect about your actions.
Is this supposed to be some kind of joke or something? I hope that for your sake it is, because you are not going to get away with kicking me out of my own home.
Well, I'm afraid that you're a little late to say all of that because we've already done it. We've changed the locks and everything. There is no way that you're getting in here. Unless, of course, you were to get on your hands and knees and beg for us to open the door for you. Then we might be able to think about letting you back in here.
I really do not have the time or energy to be putting up with this kind of nonsense. If you want to try getting away with something this stupid, then you can be my guest. But I'm not going to stand here like an idiot and take this from you.
That should be what I'm saying. After all, it's Rita and I who can't stand being around you at all. That's why we changed the locks in the first place. I've put up with you in my life for more than 17 years. You don't think I'm tired of standing around and taking your crap day in and day out? Why don't you just get a hint and get lost?
Okay then, fine. If this is really how you want to do things, then I'll go and never come back.
Finally, if I had known that it was going to be this easy to get rid of you, I would have done this a long time ago.
I still just can't believe that you're doing this to your own wife. How could you just kick me out of the house like this? I mean, I knew that you were stupid and reckless, but this is really just taking things to a whole different level. So then, what do you want to do if you're kicking me out? Does this mean that we're getting divorced? You said that we're no good for each other anymore, so is that what you want?
You still don't get it, do you? I've been putting up with you for almost 2 decades now. You have no idea how much I've been holding back and how nice I've been. You should be thanking me.
If you think that you've been patient with me, then I really don't think that you have any idea just how much I feel the same about you. But fine, if you're really not going to change your ways or apologize for this, then I don't really care what happens to you at all. But what about Rita? What does she have to say about all of this? What is she going to do with me gone?
You think she ever needed you to succeed in life? She's my daughter, and she doesn't even think of you as family. Don't you worry about her, because she isn't worrying about you.
I see. Well, I really would like to hear that from Rita herself. And she says the same thing as what you're telling me. Well then, I suppose that will be that. I'll remove myself from your lives. I think that you might have already heard about this from your dad, but we're going to be getting a divorce soon. And anyways, I was just hoping that you and I would be able to talk in person about exactly what this means. Not only that, but since your dad and I are going to be splitting up, I wanted to ask you what you wanted to do.
What are you talking about? What do you mean, what do I want to do? Do you really even have to ask something like that? I mean, we changed the lock so that you couldn't get in. Can you seriously not just do the math for yourself? In fact, you should know that I was the one who suggested that we make it so you couldn't get into the house to Dad.
Wait a second, Rita. Please tell me you're not being serious. Did you really suggest that? Why would you do something like this? I don't understand. What made you think this was a good idea?
I already told you all about how I feel about you, Mom. I told you that I was never going to become a woman like you, and that even just living with you is hard on me. Not only that, but Dad and I both agreed that you were just having a horrible effect on both of us. So we thought that the only way to get rid of that effect was to get rid of you.
I can't believe that my own daughter is talking about me in this way. I really just don't even know what to say. But fine, I guess that I should have seen this coming. And so I suppose that if this is the way that you really want to do things, then I'll stop talking to you too. But I'm only going to go through with this if it's something that you really want. I'll cut myself off from you and your dad and won't ever be there for you two again.
Finally, how many times have I already told you about how badly I wish that you would just get lost already? Why are you even wasting my time with this conversation? Just go away already.
Okay then, I'll do just that. But please don't come back to me later saying that I didn't warn you. Because like I said earlier, I am not going to lift a single finger to help you when things really start to get bad. And that means that it will just be you and your dad who have to deal with the consequences of this.
Hey, you answer the phone right this instant. I am serious. Where do you get off ignoring all my calls, huh?
I'm sorry, who is this? I'm afraid that you might have the wrong number.
Is this funny to you? Do you think I'm here to read whatever jokes you've thought up? This is serious and you need to start acting like it is. I really do not have time to be dealing with your nonsense right now. I don't even want to be having this conversation, and yet here I am.
I'm so sorry, Rita. It was just a little joke. After all, I told you that I would leave your lives if you really wanted me to, and you said that you did. So I just don't understand what you're doing texting me like this. And what could you possibly want to talk to me about? Even your dad has been blowing up my phone with calls and angry text. Is everything not going well for the two of you?
You know that things aren't going well here. Why is there a bulldozer parked in front of the house? You're not planning on having the house torn down, are you? Because Dad said that he got a call from some construction crew this morning who said that that is exactly what they are here to do. You have got some explaining to do.
Well, you do know that that house does belong to me, don't you?
What are you talking about? What is that even supposed to mean?
I mean that it's my house and I own it, so I have the right to do whatever I want with that house. And since you don't own the house, you don't really have any right at all to be complaining about any of this.
How can you say that? We're your family. You're really just going to tear down the house and leave us with nowhere to live? What's the matter with you? You can't just do this without talking to us about it first. What is your deal?
You were the one who said that you didn't even think of me as family. And I'm telling you that it's my house and I can do what I want with it. Honestly, I think I spelled it out for you quite well in that earlier message, so I'm not quite sure what's not clicking for you. What part of the fact that I own the house don't you understand? Because once you get that, the how and why of the house being destroyed or sold or anything become pretty easy to understand. Are you sure that you're going to be okay in college when you can't even wrap your head around basic concepts like this?
You know that that's not what I'm understanding here. Besides, you think that I'm just going to fall for a lie like that? I know that Dad owns this house. That's why we're living here, and you're not.
I told you before that your dad was lying to you, didn't I? I know that you didn't believe what I was saying, but it really is the truth. In fact, your dad doesn't even have a job. He's completely broke, and I've been paying for all of us for a long, long time. But still, it really is so sad what your dad has managed to turn you into, while I've been working hard to take care of us all. He clearly fed you so many lies and brainwashed you so severely that you couldn't even acknowledge the reality around you. I tried to wake you up and tell you the truth, but I guess it took me going this far to make you finally realize.
What are you talking about? You're not making any sense at all. Do you really think that I'm going to buy all of that? I mean, you think I'll believe that Dad doesn't have a job? That's just not true. I know that Dad is working hard every single day to provide for us all. And I also know for a fact that you're the one who is nothing but a leech on this family. It's all your fault that we're always running out of money. You're the reason why we live on such a tight budget.
I was wondering when you were going to say something like that. Man, you really did buy everything that your dad told you, didn't you? But I guess maybe he told you so many lies that he started to believe them himself.
I still don't get what you're saying. Can you just stop talking in riddles and tell me what is going on here?
I've already explained it all, but if you need me to repeat myself, your dad is a bum and I've been paying for everything for all of us for years. But now that you've kicked me out of the house and said that you never want to see me again, I refuse to give you any more help.
But that can't be right. I mean, Dad came to me because he said that you were spending all our money. That's why he had to ask for some of the money that I was making for my job.
And you actually gave him your hard-earned money? You're an even bigger sap than I thought, Rita.
You're saying that Dad lied to me? No! This can't be right.
Let me take it all the way back for you. 15 years ago, I caught your dad having an affair behind my back. It was a woman from his office, and he was fired for it. You must have been only around 2 at the time. He promised to try and rebuild my trust in him by the time that you turned 18. But he didn't follow through at all. He stopped looking for a job soon after that. Instead, he started to dedicate himself to turning you against me. I guess he thought that I wouldn't be able to touch him if it meant it would hurt you too.
This can't be real. Please tell me this is all made up.
It really isn't. He's been out of a job for years and years now. But I guess you were giving him some spending money.
This can't be happening. You're lying. This house isn't yours, and Dad works hard for us.
Well, I would recommend asking him yourself. But you might want to start packing what you can and get out of the house. It is going down today, whether you like it or not. As for me, I've said just about all I have to say on the matter. And since you now know the truth, I'd appreciate it if you refrain from contacting me. You two have a nice life together. After that, true to my word, the house was demolished later that day. Rita cornered her father and he confessed to everything. Rita and her father were left without a home, and Rita without any money to go to college. Meanwhile, I moved into a nice condo in the city and have never heard another peep from either of them after I blocked them on everything. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.